You're watching The Good Front End Show, a podcast that gives you a weekly dose of inspiration and insights from GFED's technology leaders and engineers. Join us as we explore ideas that enable technologists, marketers, and organizations create successful commerce storefronts. Let's begin.
Welcome back to the Good Front End Podcast. I'm Carl, your host, and I'm here today with Kane, and we're going to be talking about the Frontend-as-a-Service. What is Frontend-as-a-Service?
Frontend-as-a-Service is a subset of software as a service. So if you think of software as a service for different types of products like search, CMS, or commerce, it's a software that lives online and you effectively rent it. So the idea of front-end-as-a-service can sometimes mean front-end developers offering a service, but more commonly, front-end-as-a-service is when an organization creates a front-end product that is then used to solve front-end application problems. So that might include UI components, that might include front-end hosting, that might include API orchestration and integrations.
And what are the benefits of Frontend-as-a-Service?
I think the key benefit when you use front-end as a service is time and cost. Time because that organization offering you front-end as a service has already developed this application. And if this organization is quite mature, they would have iterated over this product. So it would save you a lot of time developing something. The other one is cost. It can be quite cheap when you use front-end as a service out of the box. So time and cost goes hand in hand together when you are using front-end as a service, providing, of course, that you stick to how they've decided to integrate the different APIs, you stick to the same hosting solution, you stick to the components that they provide where they spend time on.
And can you name some of the challenges of using Frontend as a service?
For the most part, front-end as a service can be beneficial, but depending on the context, it can be a barrier actually. Because if you would want to do heavy customization, it might mean that it takes you longer to do something, or you have to work around the product for you to be able to get the type of integration that you want. The other challenge, of course, is that because it's a cloud service, it's an ongoing cost. So if organizations are happy to have a front-end application and paying ongoing cost for that, similar to their software as a service APIs, then that's okay. But that can be a challenge because for the most part, most organizations don't really pay an ongoing cost to maintain their front end. The other challenge, I guess, that I can see is it can be a sort of vendor lock-in. What I mean by that is, depending on what this front-end as a service does, more often than not, the front end can be the place where a lot of the business logic is integrated into. And that's typical for headless commerce and composable commerce solutions. And so if you integrate a lot of your business logic into that application, then it will be hard for an organization to scale out of that should they need to. And scalability is a big deal when it comes to front-end applications, and it could be a problem in the future.
How is this different to what GFED is offering?
I think the question really is that front-end as a service service? or is it a product? So GFED offers a service solution. We offer, similar to Frontend as a Service, we offer a team as a service. It's similar in a way because as an organization, we have what we refer to as accelerators. So we have pre-integrations with existing APIs that are quite common, whether that's a commerce API, content management system, search APIs. We have the architecture set in place already. The difference is that we do not charge an ongoing subscription. We charge for the team effort to further customize that accelerator, and then after, the ownership of that application is to the client. Whereas Frontend as a Service, you're effectively borrowing a product and then building on top of it. So that's the key difference. We offer a service. It's almost like we are builders of a house, but we give that house to the owner once we're done building it. Whereas Frontend as a Service is like renting a house. A client comes in and borrows some office space, perhaps, in the building of that company that offers Frontend as a Service. So the philosophy is quite different. One is more renting or borrowing, which is Frontend as a Service, whereas GFED, when you take GFED team as a service, you're borrowing our team to develop your software, but the software belongs to you.
And what type of organization would suit a front-end as a service solution?
What I would say is organizations who probably don't require a lot of customization. There is a certain level of enterprise that if you reach it, I would definitely say don't use that solution. So probably lower mid is a good idea where a front end as a service can bring the most value just because you can save a lot of time and cost since everything is pre-integrated and pre-built. So yeah, I would probably choose front end as a service if what needs to be done is lower mid enterprise, if you like. But larger enterprises or maybe mid enterprises that want to own their integrations and they want to own their differentiation a bit more tighter, I wouldn't recommend it. Especially if you're working, for example, for GFED, because we will offer you an accelerator anyway. So I don't really see the value in that, to be honest.